Welcome back to the Belongcast. I'm Diana.
I'm Semih.
So, and today let's talk a little bit about our journeys to the Netherlands, because the struggles don't really start when we land. Many struggles, I know for me, was before that. How was your journey here?
It was pretty straightforward, actually. Well, I came here because of work, and I got an offer. I applied for it, and by the time I was living in Malta, a small Mediterranean city, an island in Europe, and since it was a European Union, part of European Union, and it was a Schengen area, and I had a blue card there, so it was rather simple.
What is a blue card?
Blue card is like a residence permit, and but it has more rights than regular residence permit, because each country has to issue their own residence permit for different reasons. There can be asylum seekers, there can be immigrants, there can be the researchers, students, and so on. But in the whole Europe itself, European Union created another citizenship, not citizenship, the residency, which is called blue card, and that's valid for whole Europe. So basically, if you gain the blue card, then the European Union tells you that, okay, you can then work in any European Union country, and you can also reside there. It doesn't give you the you cannot just go there and live, but you are able to work there, and because you can work there, you can apply their own residency, and then you can just it makes your life much easier. That's the reason.
I knew about the blue zones. I had no idea about the blue cards.
Exactly.
Now I do.
We will come to the blue zones as well later on. And so since I have it, I had it by the time, it was much easier for me to come. So I just simply jump on a plane and then come here and without any problem. But I have heard that it's not the case for many people who don't have a blue card or who don't have the EU residency. So how was it for you?
Yeah. Now, for me, indeed, it was different because I'm not from the EU country. I'm from Israel. And as we know, there are 3 ways to move to the Netherlands, maybe probably to other European countries as well. But you can come here by work, as you did. You can come by study, or you can come by partnership. So I came on partner's visa. So indeed, the process was a little bit different. I had to, we hired a lawyer because I'm a bit lazy about that. And didn't want to run around and didn't want to let my now husband, his name is Peter, to also take the time and go to IND. So we hired the lawyer.
And the lawyer, was he or she from Netherlands or from Israel?
No, it was a Dutch lawyer. It was the lawyer here in the Netherlands. It was an immigration lawyer. That's what they do. And they basically dealt with everything. I just gave them all my details, what they need to do, and they did all the work, which is basically needed to sign some papers at the end.
During all this process, you were in Israel. You didn't have to come here for anything. Everything has been done over the phone or, the
Yes,
online
it's not when you are applying for residency in the Netherlands, you're not allowed to be physically here. So yes, I was waiting outside of the country. And also, as some of you that already also come with that way, you need to receive a sticker that's called MVV. I don't really remember the full Dutch name for it.
Me neither.
And I don't think it's a point because none of us anyways understand all those long and confusing Dutch words and that never end.
But there's always an abbreviation.
Yes, MVV. Yes, that's that. And also, in order even to apply for MVV, I had to do a Dutch test. So it has to be reading, not writing. It was reading, listening, and speaking. But it was level 0. I mean, it was so simple. No. There was common knowledge. About the Dutch life.
About the Dutch culture and the
yes,
Dutch
so
life.
there was common knowledge. There was listening, and there was speaking. But it was so simple. It was... ik ga naar de winkel en ga kopen brood.
That was it.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. I think you can achieve this just by following Duolingo, right?
Yeah. It was very simple. And actually, you get a person receives half an hour for each part of the test. I was done within 15 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
I just want to brag how amazing that my Dutch is not.
and did you take the exam while you were in Israel?
Yes. I had to go to the Dutch embassy, and they put me in a room with a lady that was staring at me with hawk eyes.
No pressure, but
Yes, and there was a computer that I just had to,
it
plug
was an
the button.
online test?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
it was an
understand.
online test. And so I passed, it was fine. And then I had to just wait because only after passing these exams, you can even start applying to the IND here.
Okay.
And then I was just waiting.
And, because I remember also we had to bring a lot of stuff because when I came here, I had to apply for the resident and the work permit as well. Just because I had blue card, it wasn't enough for me to constantly work here because it was expiring after a couple of months of my arrival. So I had to start with the process when I arrived here. So, well, IND is the government office here in Netherlands who is the authorized or the authorization for those kind of things, and they require a lot of documentation from you that you have to provide as well. So, for you also, once you get the MVV, because we are talking about MVV, and MVV basically is a type of visa that is issued to your passport so that you can come to country.
Yeah,
not as a tourist.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, so I can come for the temporary residency.
Exactly.
MVV it is. Indeed, it's a visa to enter the country under the residency approval. I don't know, visa, as you said. And then I had to go, when I already arrived here, then I had to go to IND and they issued me a pink card.
Yeah, exactly.
That was valid for 5 years. And within those 5 years, I had to do all the Dutch exams, of course. That are 6 of them. As we know, we have the reading, writing, listening, understanding about Dutch knowledge, right? And UNA test about work.
Oh, yeah, ONA.
ONA.
Yeah,
ONA.
ONA.
Yeah, ONA.
I didn't have to take this test.
Neither did I.
Yeah, exactly. So for our audience also, if you are living here in Netherlands, at least in the last year, if I'm not mistaken, so you don't have to take the test ONA, because it's about the job market. This test is about the job market here in Netherlands. So if you are working already in a Dutch company in the last year, then you are exempt from that.
Only last year because when I came here, I found a job straight away. I didn't come for a company, so I found the job straight away. And because I already had a job,
yeah, exactly.
I didn't have to. I just asked for exemption,
yes.
and I received it automatically.
Yeah. So here in in Netherlands, also the e-government system is quite enhanced and good. So when you are working for a company already, and when you ask for the exam for the ONA, already Dutch government authorities can understand that can access to your information that you are working, so they can easily issue your exemption. So there is a good correlation between different services. But if this was your residency at the end, right, after 5 years. But if you come back to previously, so what we had to do, because before you come to Netherlands, so with MVV you come here, you need this before you arrive to Netherlands, and when you come here you go to IND, and IND, so MVV is only valid for the first entrance.
Yes.
Yes. So you cannot just leave the country again and use the MVV, come again. So it's not like a multiple entry visa.
Not as far as I know. No.
Exactly. That's how I remember as well. But then you have to issue a residence permit here. And with this residence card, then you can leave the country and come again without applying for any Schengen visa. But also there are a couple of more things probably you had to, or you had to do after you come here, right? Like well-known BSN number, your registration, for instance.
Yeah, so the first thing indeed, I had to go to IND to receive my pink card. And one thing to remember, you really need to make an appointment in advance, because the Dutch, they're not rushing anywhere. Then they have all the time in the world, but you don't. I didn't. So first of all that, and afterwards, after receiving my IND, indeed, then I had to schedule another appointment with the gemeente, with the municipality of Almere. Did I do it in Almere? I don't remember.
You don't remember? I have done it in Almere.
Yes, I done it. Yes, I done it in Almere, indeed.
But the BSN was so in my story it was a bit complicated. I'm not sure how was it for you because to apply BSN they asked you an address. So when you go to the gemeente, the municipality here in Netherlands, when I went to the Almere municipality, I asked for that BSN number, and BSN is just getting a citizen number. Basically, you get registered to country, you get a citizenship number. So to get a BSN number, they asked me an address, and I told them I am living in a hotel by the time, and by the time it wasn't acceptable by the municipality to find it, because then they need a consent report from the hotel owner saying that okay, I can show this address as a BSN location, which is not going to happen, of course. No. Then later on, okay, then I said I need to find a house first. Then I start looking for a house, and all the house agencies, real estate agencies, or the Funda that we have here is the big online platform where you can find the houses. I was looking for it, and when I talked to agents, real estate agents, they were asking me about my last 12 pay slips or the salary information, which I hadn't in Netherlands, of course, because I just came here, and my bank account. And I told them I don't have any Dutch bank accounts. I still have my Maltese bank account. They said it's going to be very difficult with this. Okay, then I said, okay, I'm going to go to the bank then to start the process first, right?
But you cannot do that without a BSN.
Exactly. So the bank told me that without a BSN we cannot open a bank account. So I was just in the just a vicious cycle, just constantly going through this loop, and it was very difficult for me. I got, after all this research, I got lucky. There was one homeowner and the real estate agent accepted my application for the house. Then I got a rental agreement for the house first.
Wow.
Exactly, without any bank account and the BSN number. They said, okay, we can do this for now. And then I get this.
How did you bribe them?
I didn't.
Oh, come on.
No.
Dutch are so straightforward.
No, I didn't even think that would be possible when I came here. And I just, with this information, I went to the municipality. I got my BSN number. Then I went to the bank. I got my, the bank account, my IBAN number. Then everything was complete. But that was, a daunting task. And when I came here, I didn't know any of those. So when I go there, I learn it. Then it takes me a couple of days or a couple of weeks to figure out what to do next. And but now, time has passed, right? Things are changing. More internationals are coming, also in Netherlands, also in Almere as well. So there are more and more companies helping with these kind of things. For instance, now you can, in Amsterdam, gemeente Amsterdam, for instance, you can go there and without a actual house rental, you can register yourself and get a BSN number.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, exactly. So they don't require that because this is a need, and I think that was a problem in the the bureaucracy, that those three different the bank, the gemeente, and the real estate market. So they were not connected to each other, obviously, and they were expecting an information from you which you can't have. But things are getting better now. Even before you come here, I'm not sure what's your knowledge about this, but you can even apply for a BSN before coming to Netherlands, right?
Actually, I don't know. This is something indeed we'll do an episode about BSN, and let's check it out.
Yeah, exactly. We will hear. We will get our facts on this, and then give you more information.
Yes. Yeah, I assume they asked for your birth certificate as well when issuing the BSN, right?
Yes, correct. I had to just legalize it and bring it in different languages. I think English, German, one of those languages, French
I think is also allowed, yes.
Accepted. So I had to go to Turkish embassy to get my birth certificate, and then it was notarized and signed, and then I had to post. I had to give it to the gemeente during my BSN
Lucky
application.
you.
Yeah, it was.
You know the headache that I have to go
No.
through with my birth certificate? So, I was born in a country that doesn't exist anymore.
What do
Because
you mean?
I was born in Lithuania, that used to be a republic of USSR. Yes, people, I'm from 1976. I'm that young. So, it was not for the BSN, it was to get married, because me and my husband were planning to get married here, and they needed, so I came to the appointment. And disclaimer, Dutch people love making appointments for the appointments. It took us 2 months of scheduling appointments for the appointments to finally get married. So in one of those appointments, for the appointments, I brought my birth certificate. It's a 1976 handwritten birth certificate with a little paper that is so fragile that if you open it, it's just going to fly away by itself.
It can crumble.
Yes. And when I showed all my paperwork, and the lady that was there, they said that everything is fine. And then we got a new appointment the week later, and there was a gentleman sitting there. And when he looked at my birth certificate, he said, "This is unacceptable. There's no apostille on it." And I said, "Apostille? This is a Soviet times. What apostille? It didn't exist." And they didn't want to accept that. And he said, you just go to your embassy and ask, just like you did.
But which embassy?
My embassy doesn't exist, because Lithuania, as a country, Lithuania doesn't recognize the Lithuania Republic of USSR Lithuania. So there was a little bit of headache. I had to hire a lawyer in Lithuania to go to archives, to pull a birth certificate, to create a new birth certificate under the legalities of the Lithuania, the country of Lithuania. Then he had to, and it cost me a shitload of money, by the way.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Shitload of money.
And stress.
Yes, and time and stress and money. And then he had to translate it, and then he had to send it for the apostille. And it took a few weeks until I got it all sorted. And by the way, the most annoying thing, I'm still not entitled to Lithuanian citizenship.
Really?
No. Even though I was born Lithuanian, my mother was born Lithuanian, my grandparents were born Lithuania. But because of all the paperwork was disappeared during the World War II and everything that happened. And suddenly, when we left Lithuania to live in another country, my parents had to give up their citizenship. So still not entitled.
Wow. I mean, after everything you have been through, I think they should just grant you freely
their
citizenship.
So if anybody from Lithuanian embassy listening to me, aš šneku lietuviškai, please give me my Lithuanian citizenship.
Please give Diana's Lithuanian citizenship.
So now that you heard our stories, I'm going to run you through the application process. Whether it's a university that does the application for you from when you're coming from abroad, or your partner, the Dutch partner that is staying here, or perhaps an employer. So basically what they need to do is to submit the application online via IND website, My IND. Now, when you're applying, submitting documentation, you will require to pay the fee. And the fees are depending on what kind of residency permit you need to receive. If it's a study permit, that is going to cost you 243 euros. And that means that for school application or university applications, and they usually can pay for you. If it's a family permit, that means that you are a parent of somebody or a partner, then the fee is exactly the same, 243 euros. But if you are bringing a child that is under 18 years old, it's going to be 81 euros. Yes, and then, of course, orientation year for graduates is exactly the same fee, 243. Work permits are a little bit more expensive. Work permit is 405 euros that the employer will have to pay. And, of course, the permanent residency it will be 164. And also family members that that come from EU countries or EEA countries is going to be only €81. So that's pretty much a brief of the prices.
Thank you, Diana. And I think it's good to mention that we are recording this episode in November 2025. So these fees are relatively, in this period. Yeah. So if you're listening this later, the fees can change.
Yeah, might be indeed. Haven't changed for years now, though.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, but so indeed it might be that. So after you pay the fees, of course there has to be a confirmation of identity, and that's what we discussed about the birth certificate that needs to be done. And if you are still abroad, all this will be done at the Dutch embassies that is closest to where you live, the country that you live. And of course, and then there need to be scheduled an appointment, an ID desk that is closest, and continue from there. And when the application will be approved, you need to remember to register with the municipality for the address and the BSN. So you can open your bank account or start any life here at all.
Yay.
Because like Semih said, it's not possible without any of it. It's a closed loop.
You need everything at once.
Yes. And what about our Dutch quirks? We said we're going to do Dutch quirks.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk about something that is funny, that is Dutch related?
I have nothing in my mind.
Nothing?
No, not really.
I was thinking, and I already told you a few days ago when we were talking about the podcast. So I don't know the internationals maybe that don't have Dutch passports. There's this huge craze in the Netherlands that's been here around for many, many, many years. And it's called, I don't even know how it's called, but it's basically a little thing that you cut out of the boxes of Pickwick tea. If you have a box of Pickwick tea, take the box and you will find this little on the side, or it can be on the bottom, depending what kind of box it is. It looks like a little stamp. Mm-hmm. So that stamp has a number, and it's like a money stamp. So it started, I think, 40, 50 years ago or something like that. My husband, when I just started living with him and I was just throwing out the boxes of the tea, he got horrified. He almost had a heart attack that I was throwing them out without cutting those little stamps. So apparently, you have it on the Pickwick teas, and it's a religion in the Netherlands. Religion. So anyone who has, I mention it and say, oh, yeah, my grandmother used to do that, and my dad used to do that, and I'm still doing it. So we have at home this box, and I showed it to you.
Yeah.
It's a box full of these little stamps. So it goes between the Pickwick tea boxes and a coffee company, Egberts.
Exactly.
Yes.
And
so
what's the purpose of these stamps?
So when you reach, apparently there's a website. Mm-hmm. So when you have an amount, this money, Pickwick money, or whatever it's called, then basically you can get gifts for it, like purchases. But I've been living with my husband for almost 8 years now, and we've been cutting things. And actually, when I met my husband, he already had a box, half of the box filled with those little things, because he was doing that already since the beginning of his existence. And we still don't have enough to get even a cup.
Wow. Way to go, Diana.
But it's a religion here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing this experience. I think it's going to be really useful for the people who come to Netherlands.
And we'll post a picture of it, of the little box with those little stamps.
We will make sure that we add all the relative notes in the notes section of this episode, so you can follow the links and you can read and hear more about it. So
we gave you a little bit of tips about our journey and what we did, and a little bit of information. And we'd love to hear what you think about it. Please follow us and share. And, if you are international yourself, or other internationals that are struggling, send us their way. Maybe we can brighten somebody else's day too.
Thanks for listening, and tot ziens.